Hello, 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 and welcome back to another exciting episode of Nothing Zilch Nada. We're our hosts, Xavier Dean.
And Jacob Green.
Now, you may notice that my background is different from last time. I turned off the uh green screen filter that was on Zoom. Nothing wrong. It's just I have our little activity hanging up, and it's hard to see with the thing up. So, yeah, we just have a green
Mhm.
background.
Mhm.
So, for our topic today, I figured that Jake and I will do this thing that I like to do on long car rides with my dad, which are
Ooh.
these situation drafts.
Ah,
Basically, it's you are given a scenario and you have to pick certain people to fill in certain categories.
okay.
So let me just share my screen with this one. All right, Jake, can you see this clearly?
Yes, I can.
All right, so I'm going to read the instructions. Today, hosts Jacob and Xavier will be going through a draft where they pick different fictional characters for different scenarios. As the guest host, Jacob will pick a number for the scenario, which is over to my left.
Mhm.
As the home host, and I have guests in home because this was my topic. So, as the home host, Xavier will pick a random number for the consequences. So, this will be what we're drafting. This will be a situation where, or that we have to follow for the draft.
Mhm.
Although Xavier wrote both, neither knows which number goes to which scenario. I had two wonderful people in my life go through and number them for me. So I may know the situations, I may know the consequences, don't know which one's coming up.
Mhm.
Consequences must be followed. Draft will go in a snake method, which will be Jacob, then Xavier, then I will draft again, then Jacob, Jacob, Xavier. It'll just keep going like that. They cannot pick someone that the other picked for that specific round. So, as an example, if Jake happened to pick Mario for one category, I can't pick Mario for the rest of that category.
Okay.
And then the only two rules I didn't add to this, I did not add that you can't use duplicates. So, like, if we're going through and Jake picks Super Mario from Super Mario Odyssey, I can't just go and say, I'm picking Mario from Super Mario Bros. Or if I pick Peter Parker Spider Man, Jake cannot pick Tobey Maguire Spider Man, even though he looks like Tobey Maguire. And then the only other thing I didn't mention, because some of these are in odd numbers, if we happen to finish the draft on a like however we finish the last draft, we're going to continue the method for the next draft. So let's say Jake picked, or the last pick was Jake's first. That means in the
Mhm.
next draft, Jake will pick first, but it'll be his second draft. Whereas if the first draft has it where it's Jake's second pick, then I will pick, or I will draft from the next one.
Alrighty.
All right, seems fair?
Yeah.
All right.
Before we get started though, I have one quick announcement real quick.
All right.
Um, if you can unshare your screen real quick.
Yes, I can
This is that
go
way I can
and
show this.
do that.
So, next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, next Wednesday, my group, the Dream Project, will be performing at the Rose Bowl Tavern in Urbana, Illinois. Dream Project is my group that's been going on for 3 years now. We got a really great group with some nice original compositions as well as some video game arrangements, which is how this group got started out. I made a little poster. This was actually for my church that I'm about to give, but just so that way you can see. There's the location, there's the time and date, and then all the personnel, which all of them are great friends of mine, and I'm looking forward to it. So hope you can make it to it. I'll probably make this announcement again next week, which would be the day of the gig. So
Mhm. Yep. All right. I know for a fact that I will try to make sure to be there. I know I
yeah,
work that day and I know I work the next day, but I feel like I can make it to your gig.
you could get some of the workers from the workplace to come.
I'll try. I will
It's
try.
a bar. It's a bar. It's a bar. There's tons of drinks.
Man, I could
And it's
get
out.
some. Yeah. All right. All right. So Jake, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So we've got 11 scenarios. We've got 11 consequences. Jake, pick a number between 1 and 11, and that'll be our first scenario.
Well, let's go with seven. Lucky seven.
7. All right. Oh, by the way, for those of you who stay to the end, I have a little surprise, but that'll be for that'll be for when we get there. All right. So our scenario number 7. Your best friend is getting married. So Jake, you'll be drafting for my marriage, I'll be drafting for your marriage. As
Oh,
such, you get to decide everything, and I mean everything. You can either prove how well you know your best friend, or you can prepare the worst wedding. This draft will include drafting a ring bearer, a flower girl, bridesmaid, a DJ, a chef, a priest, a wedding crasher, and, above all else, the bride. How do you feel about that, Jake?
okay. I'm not going to remember all of that.
It's okay, because you know what? If I go back to where we were at, if it
Okay,
will,
I was hoping you had this up.
yep, go all the way to Mary. I've got it up on the screen.
There we go. Okay.
Yep. All right. And
Um,
then hold on, before you go, I'm gonna pick a random consequence. I'll go with consequence number 2. So number 2. All right.
oh
I can
no.
so I'm just gonna point out I came up with this consequence specifically because I know Jake would like this. It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to draft the Muppets in the scenario tonight. You can
Yes.
you can make only one true draft with one real character. The rest will be characters played by the Muppets of your choice. So what this means is
Oh,
it's like if you're it's like those things where you recast a movie keeping one human actor, the rest are played by Muppets. But
okay.
but with this, it's you will have one real character who is not a Muppet, and then the rest of it, like, you could still pick characters, but the different characters have to be Muppets. Like
Yeah.
if you pick Mario, it could be Mario played by Gonzo, or if you choose Guzzlord from Pokemon, you could do Guzzlord played by Cookie Monster.
Okay. Okay. So we're taking Sesame Street characters into consideration too.
Yes,
Okay.
because they are
Uh,
also Muppets. But
all
so,
right.
Jake, because you are the guest, you will go first.
Okay. So I already know who I want the chef to be. The Swedish chef.
All right. Swedish chef.
So wait, is this would this be for your wedding or my wedding for my
This would be
draft?
for my wedding.
Okay, yes, because it's a best friend's wedding.
Yep.
Okay, the
You are the
Swedish chef.
best man. So, all right. So I think thinking about chefs, I think I will go if I can think of people. Man, forgot how hard these are. um, you know, what? I will go with Brock from the Pokemon anime, but he will be played by Bunsen.
Yeah, the Brock is a good chef.
Yes. But is
It,
Bunsen a good chef? Is the question.
mm, mm,
I would have
yeah.
picked Swedish chef for
Okay.
that one, but you already did that. So
Mm. Well, let's see.
now,
DJ.
wait,
Oh,
hold on. Because remember, it's
oh,
snake method. So you picked first with this one, then I picked. So now I will
oh,
pick.
okay.
All right, and I think yeah, I will pick the DJ, and I'm gonna say that my DJ is we'll go Star Lord, but he is played by Animal.
Oh, shoot. Animal was gonna be like one of my ones.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let me think about this. Because I haven't picked a character that is played by a Muppet yet. Um, let's see. Let me think. Uh, shoot, this is a little hard because like I know I know so many different music characters, but like there's so many uh
Mm-hmm.
to take it to consideration. Uh, I do want to take a look at something real quick.
All right.
Okay. Uh, you know what? If you're gonna pick animal for Star Lord, I'm gonna pick Zoot.
I'm gonna pick Zoot. And then who will Zoot be playing?
Um,
Or do you
let's.
just want Zoot?
I just want Zoot. I
Zoot.
I I can't think of anything else.
Okay, that's fine. All
Or
right, Jake.
actually, wait. No, 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 no. I just thought of something. Um, Zoot will actually be playing Jack Black.
All right.
Which is actually appropriate because Zoot is the saxophonist in the Muppets band.
All right.
And there's that saxo boom thing.
All right. All right, Jake. What's the next one you're gonna pick?
Uh, you know what? Every wedding needs a priest to start the wedding, so let's do the priest next.
All right.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Uh, I say uh you know what? To make these a little bit interesting, we're gonna go. Uh, do I? This is hard. um, we'll go. You know what? We'll go with Steve Rogers, but he'll be played uh by Walter.
Nice. I like that. I think that is stellar casting.
Because I thought of something else, but I'm actually gonna save him for the next thing.
Okay. All right, Jake. So for your priest, the one for you, you're gonna get the priest from The Princess Bride. Oh, just wait. Just wait. Played by Miss Piggy. My
I like
wit is what brings us here today.
that.
All right.
Hmm.
All right. So next, I'm gonna go with a ring bearer because
Oh,
there
the
are.
rain bear.
Yep. And you know the one person I trust the most with the ring, Samwise Gamgee. I feel like I
Ah.
misspelled his last name, so I'm gonna stick with his first name. But he will not be the human. He will instead be played by Bean Bunny.
Um, shoot, I was actually thinking of a different rain character, which, kind of disappointed because, I'm reading Return of the King currently. Although currently I'm in the fifth book, so I haven't gotten to the sixth book yet, where Frodo and Sam would be prominent. But my ring bearer is actually uh, we're gonna go with a Green Lantern. We're gonna go with Hal Jordan because
Okay.
the lanterns are all about their rings.
Yeah.
But he's gonna be played. Um, he's gonna be played by Kermit.
Oh no! Stole Kermit from me. All right. What's your next? What's the next one we're going off of?
Okay, we're gonna do the Wedding Crasher because I got something great for that one.
Mhm.
Okay, so I was gonna pick Tony Stark for the priest, but I'm actually gonna have him for the Wedding Crasher, and to
Okay.
make it even more crazy, we're gonna go with Cookie Monster.
Nice. All right. So for my wedding crasher, I'm also gonna go with Marvel. But I'm gonna go Deadpool. So Deadpool's gonna,
Ah,
but it's not just any old Deadpool. It's Gonzo Pool.
you know what? I didn't think about Gonzo, and you know what? That would have been even better for Tony Stark. But you
I was,
know,
you said wedding crasher, and I'm like, he's gonna pick Gonzo. So,
man, again, this is one of the things about this. It's just that this is like so much at once.
yep. All right. So next, I feel like we should go Flower Girl. So Flower Girl, I'm gonna go Poison Ivy.
Okay,
I don't remember her name. Hold on. Give me one
yeah, this is
second.
the thing about the Muppets. I don't remember all of their names, even the ones from Sesame Street.
Yeah. Um, I think. All right. So it's Poison Ivy, played by Janice from the band.
Okay,
She was the only
okay.
she was the only one I could think of for that. I mean, ideally, Miss Piggy would be great for that, but I feel like she would still be iconic, saying the marriage line from The Princess Bride.
Okay. Well, if you're gonna pick Poison Ivy, I'm gonna pick Harley Quinn. And to make it even more crazy, I'm gonna have her be played by Camila the Chicken. You picked a Gonzo character for the Wedding Crasher. I'm picking the chicken that he adores.
All right. Man, that was gonna be your bride, Jake. I had a full setup, and now you. I'm kidding. I actually
No,
had a
no,
different idea for the bride.
I already got the perfect bride for you. Just wait.
Okay.
But let's go with bridesmaid.
All right. Now,
Um,
Jake, just a reminder, you do have the option for one human character. Or
I
one real.
know, I know, I
Okay.
know. I'm
Okay.
saving. I'm saving it. I'm
Okay.
saving it.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I got it. Let's see. The bridesmaid. We will go. We'll go with Abby Kadabi because that's the only other one I can think of, and that'll be just her as a Muppet.
Okay. All right. So, for your bridesmaid, I could go so many different ways with this. Trying to think. I think for your bridesmaid, I'm gonna say, hmm, this is hard. This is really hard. Why am I blanking on bridesmaids? Um,
Just saying this now, we're probably not getting to all 11 today
oh, we
because this
weren't gonna
is.
get through all of them to begin with. I think
Hmm.
for your bridesmaid, let's go with, well, let's go with Princess Peach.
Oh.
And of course, it wouldn't be a Muppets movie without Rizzo the Rat.
I like that. I like that. And you got Gonzo too. They're the dynamic duo.
Yes.
Okay,
All right. So
who's my bride?
last up is the bride. And Jake, I've put so much thought into your bride. I had to make sure your bride was the one human, well, sort of human character. And
Uh,
of course, I know your type. I'm not gonna say your type, but I know exactly who you would look for.
mm,
And in thinking about people, it is really hard to come up with someone who is exactly like who you're looking for. But you know what? That's okay. Because I think for your bride, I'm going to give you Daisy.
you know, you know what? I thought you were gonna pick something different.
What,
I
you
like
think I was
Daisy.
going to pick Jessica Rabbit? No, I know you wouldn't like that.
No, that was not the first thing that came to my mind.
Oh,
No. Um, have you seen those like comics online with like Luigi and Daisy and they're
yes.
dating? I love
Yes.
those. I feel like that's a good representation of what Daisy is. Also, do you notice that like over the years, like she used to have very tan skin, but over the years they kind of like faded away from that?
I did not notice that.
Yeah, she barely she just looks like a color swap peach now, which like
Hmm.
whatever. It's its own topic,
All
but
right.
that's not what matters. What matters is I was thinking the same thing for you. I wanted your bride to be human because with all these like different characters that I've come up with, I of course had to save the human character for last to
All
bring
right.
you some sanity. You know, I know you're a big Marvel guy. And I know your type.
Do
I'm
you?
going with Smoke.
Yeah, you know what? I can see it.
That
Oh man. I'm gonna be
was
hurting the
actually
next day.
that was actually not my first option at first, but it's just like, oh man, I don't know. I mean, based on our tier list episode that we did, you
Yeah.
know.
Callbacks. Uh no,
All
honestly,
right.
I think I think we did pretty well.
Yeah. You know what I didn't think about before is that
Hmm.
Kermit being Hal Jordan makes sense because they're both green, which I didn't take into consideration. I was just thinking more personality, but
Oh, you know what? I didn't think about that either.
a Green Lantern for the green character.
I mean, I'm not sure if you noticed, I tried going a little more video game with your uh your
Yeah.
wedding. There were a couple I couldn't because I couldn't think of any because it's
Yeah, that no, that's definitely fine. Brock's an interesting one because I'm sure you're thinking of like the one from the anime because that's the
yes.
one that actually demonstrates cooking. Because
Yep.
like in the games, he's just Brock type gym leader.
Yep. Nope. I specifically picked Brock from the anime because he makes a lot of food.
And he according to theories in the show, he hits up on a lot of women.
No, it's just the same woman. Just sticking with the same family.
Well, I mean, he tries to hit up on every Nurse Joy and Officer Jenny, but then there's like the one-offs with. Well, actually, I think he did try to do something with one of the Nurse Joys. Off topic. Let's move on to the next one.
All right, we're moving on to the next one. And Jake, pick the next scenario.
Okay. Let's go with 9.
9. I'm so cool I could do it without looking. All right, scenario 9. Oh, it's this one. This is the last minute one. Per the Bible, there are 7 deadly sins. Just go with it. You must come up with an angel for each sin. These angels should be living personifications of each sin, such as greed should be greedy. So, for those of you who don't know, and I wrote it down, tried going off of memory, failed. The sins are greed, sloth, gluttony, pride, envy, lust, and wrath. Wrath sucks because I forgot that one. And
I, I
Jake,
I
you
don't
don't
think
have.
I've heard it.
What's
I don't
that?
think I've heard it called it as wrath. I thought it was like rage or something.
Eh,
Anyways, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
oh, no worries. And Jake, so that we don't have to remember it, I have it written down right here. And then, hmm, which one did you pick again?
I picked 9.
Pick 9. Well, I'm gonna pick 6 then. For 6 9. Uh-oh. You traveled too far away and you're unable to make it to the original universe. As such, you cannot draft from the original universe. If the scenario doesn't involve a universe, then you cannot choose from the universe of the first draft pick.
Okay, so no Muppets?
No, no, no. So basically, what this means, because I don't think we're going to be picking people from the Bible anyway, it
Uh,
means
okay,
whoever
yeah.
you. It means whoever you pick as your first draft from any universe, that universe is now closed off for everyone except for that one pick. So we cannot.
Oh,
So if you happen to pick Nurse Joy from Pokemon, you
mm-hmm.
cannot pick any other Pokemon characters. or if you pick a Green Lantern character, because Green Lanterns weirdly have a correlation with these, or just lanterns in general. No DC characters.
Okay.
All right. And Jake, because you ended the first or ended the last one on your choice, you get to pick first for this one.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely not gonna pick people from the Bible because, well, for one thing, they're not fiction, but two, while they may not be the most perfect people out there, I mean, just look at some of the people from the Old Testament, even in the New Testament, they're still like pretty great and accomplished at the end of the day. But let's see. Uh, this should be easy, but like there's so many different people that we
Mm-hmm.
could go with
Right.
um for any of these. Actually, let's get this out of the way. Gluttony, I'm gonna pick Snorlax.
Oh no! No!
My favorite Gen 1 Pokemon.
I was gonna do Guzzlord, and now I can't because can't do Pokemon anymore.
Oh, so it's actually closed off for all of us
It
then.
is closed off for all of us.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You know what?
That's interesting.
You know what? No. You know what? That's fine. It's fine. You can pick Snorlax. Gluttony. I'm thinking that I will pick Upchuck from Ben 10.
You know what? Yeah, that works. That
Yeah.
works. All right, what are you picking next?
All right. I think the next one I'm gonna pick is Pride. And you know what I think of when I think of Pride? I think of lions. And there's specifically one lion, kind of sassy. And because it is the month of June, and it's Pride Month, I can totally see him being part of that. Picking Scar
Is that from this is
from The
Lion
Lion
King.
King.
Okay, yeah, sorry. My first thought went to X-Men.
Oh, you're thinking Kitty Pride. Yeah, but Kitty Pride's not necessarily a personification of pride. She's just young and a badass.
I've heard she's a pretty good character in the comics.
She's a great character in the comics.
Um
All right, who are you picking for Pride?
uh, hmm, interesting. There are actually, you know what? Um we're gonna go we're gonna go with Zuko from Avatar.
Yes, the guy who.
I've actually been watching some clips from Avatar recently, and I do think that that's a weakness. One of the many weaknesses that Zuko has as a character is his pride.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, well, among other things too.
All right, get that. All right, your next sin.
Okay, so we can't do Pokemon, can't do the
Nope.
Lion King, we
No,
can't do
we
Ben.
we can. It's just we cannot do Pokemon. We can pick from
Picking it from the first draft.
yes, from the very first draft.
Oh, okay, okay. So we can't do Pokemon or Ben 10.
No, we can do Ben 10. It's based off of your draft. So it's just Pokemon. Because
Oh,
that was our starter universe, and then we got pushed too far from it.
okay. Uh, let's see. I definitely do think that there are some hmm. This is Hmm. It's tricky. Um, man. uh, you know what? Uh, I'll I'm gonna go with Wrath,
Okay.
and I'm gonna pick the Hulk.
Ah, that's fair. All right. So, good thing we were going with Wrath because I had perfect character for Wrath as well. So for Wrath, you gotta pick someone who's constantly angry.
Hmm.
Of course, you could go the cheap way of saying anger from Inside Out, or you could go with Grumpy from Snow White. But the OG angry Disney character, Donald Duck.
Ah.
Yep.
Dude, I've been watching 2017 DuckTales. Such a good show.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then for Lust, you know, gotta think of the biggest bombshell in fiction. And I'm gonna go Jessica Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Okay, makes sense.
Yep.
Okay, on the same on the same level as Jessica Rabbit, I gotta pick the most lustful character that's been hitting on social media for I don't know how many months now. I'm picking Kermit. Pretty lustful guy.
Yeah.
He's trying to steal your mom.
Uh, uh, if you know, you know.
And if you know, you know. If you're not on Instagram,
Uh, all right.
well, that and that there's those Omegle videos too.
Yep.
In fact, I think that's one of the most sent reels that I send to Xavier are the Kermit ones.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, Jake. All right. All right. What's the next pick, Jake?
Oh, you know what? Um, let's see. Hmm. You know what? I just thought about someone for greed.
All right. We're getting greedy.
And if there now, of course, there's a lot of fictional characters throughout the years that are about the greed.
Mhm.
But the one that's still relevant to this day is Mr. Krabs.
You know what? That's fair.
He's
Mr.
all about the money.
Krabs.
He's all about the money.
All right. So for my greed,
Hmm.
I could I could keep going with the Disney route and pick Scrooge McDuck.
He is a pretty greedy guy.
Hmm. Of course, I could go off of his namesake, Ebenezer Scrooge, but I don't think Ebenezer Scrooge really is all about being greedy. I think the way I'm gonna go about this, I'm gonna go with Smog from The Hobbit.
That was my second one that I was going to pick, the smog.
See, when it came down to it, I thought of which character has the biggest like hoard, the biggest grouping of valuables. Of course, there's a lot of great options.
Scrooge McDuck.
Exactly. That's why I was thinking about it, but I didn't want to go too far into Disney at this point.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, Smog, the entire premise of The Hobbit is just trying to reclaim his hoard from him.
All
I mean, there's a
right.
lot more to that.
What you picking next?
All right, next. Sloth or envy? Sloth or envy? I think I will go with sloth. And you know what? This is going to be something I'm going to need to explain in depth before I choose. So when it comes to sloth, you have to pick someone. Like you could easily pick someone who just does nothing, which is fair. Or you can pick someone whose entire premise up to a certain movie was that he sits in a chair and he waits for his time. To a point where even YouTube channels such as How It Should Have Ended poke fun at it. So for my sloth, I will go with Thanos,
Mhm.
the guy who sits in the chair from the first Avengers movie to Infinity War.
Okay. Uh, I thought someone for Sloth has actually been on my mind uh for a bit. You
Okay.
know, I haven't picked someone from Disney, but it's not necessarily classic Disney.
Mm,
It's from a show.
okay.
I'm going with Grunkle Stan.
Yeah,
You talk about characters that sit in a chair. Grunkle
yeah.
Stan's your guy.
No, that's fair. That's
And
fair.
he could I could have easily fit him in Greed too, because like, he's also the money guy and the trickster.
Mm-hmm.
So actually he could have been fit in Envy too. Now I'm thinking about it. Grunkle Stan is probably one of my favorite characters from Gravity Falls.
Mm-hmm.
Hey kids, have you seen my pants?
All right. Speaking of envy, that's the last one. And Jake, you're the one picking first for this.
Okay. So I was listening to a joke video about him yesterday, a parody on one of his songs. And actually, this is another Disney character. And unlike the last one, this one is classic Disney. I'm
Okay.
going with Gaston.
Ah, Gaston. I could see that.
No one's more envious than Gaston.
That's true. All right. So, envy. You could go so many different ways with envy.
You
I
can.
I feel like for me, envy would be more this idea that because of who you are, you're not able to fit in with the regular crowd. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun. You're gonna
That
be
that's
a,
actually the more I think about it, Grunkle Stan and Zuko could fit into that category too. I was
they
thinking
could.
about that.
They could. So could Ariel, which is why I was quoting that. But I'm not actually gonna go with Ariel. I'm gonna go with arguably one of the more tragic Marvel characters, and specifically the most tragic Fantastic Four character. I'm gonna go with the Thing. Dude got
That
turned into rocks and hasn't been able to change back. I mean, in the comics right now, he gets a day to change back into human, but that's it. The rest of the time, it's rock. He's envious. He wants to be human again. But this is our draft. Jake, how do you feel about our draft so far?
I think it's looking pretty good. I think this one we really pulled from a wide variety of different stuff.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, last one, the consequence was gotta pick Muppets.
Yeah, which that is fun because there are a wide variety of different Muppets.
Yeah, I know. I may have had to look up Bean Bunny's name, but
I,
otherwise,
to be fair, I had to look up some of the female Muppet names because I don't remember all of them besides Miss Piggy and um Janice.
hmm. Oh, I get that. All right. So now we should move on to our next category. So, Jake, pick another scenario.
Let's go with two.
Two. Ah, oh, this is actually hurting. Hold on. Pick too high. All right. Yes! Love this one. All right. Heist time. Your mission: break into a building owned by some billionaire, steal some priceless artifact, and escape without getting caught. You are the mastermind. Here is your crew. You're going to need to come up with the muscle, the sniper in case something goes wrong, the driver, the quickly get away, the tech guy who could disarm any sort of uh who can disarm any system, the wild card who is either the guy who you have no clue what he can do until he does it, or the guy you think is going to backstab you. The
Hmm.
distraction, because you can't really break in unless someone's distracting everyone else. And the thief, the guy actually going to steal stuff. And just like last time, this one we had Mandy. We've got it up here.
This
And
is interesting.
you said this is interesting?
This is interesting because I was just thinking about some spy characters today
All
before we were
right.
gonna go for this.
And then I'm going to go with four for our consequence. All right. This says make your draft before reading. So we're going to do our draft as if we didn't have a consequence. And I will read the card afterwards.
Oh, okay.
So glad this went with this one, though. Just going to say that ahead of time. All right. And
Okay.
then because I made the last draft in the last one, I will start with this one.
Hmm.
And you want to know what? This might be cheating, but I kind of have to do this one. I'm going to
Hmm.
start with the distraction. You know, we need
Okay.
we need someone who's able to distract a large crowd. And of course, my someone is actually two people. But
Hmm.
you can't have one without the other. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with the hula dancing duo of Timon and Pumbaa.
That's fun.
Ah, you waking for some bacon.
Yeah, they are the distraction characters.
Yes.
Okay. Um, shoot. That makes me think if I should go for one or two for this one. Because this is just a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
Um, hmm. Let's see. Can't have one without the other. Um, Jesus is hard because I want my distraction to be kind of goofy. Actually, you know what? Let's go with goofy.
You're gonna go with Goofy for your distraction.
Yep.
Gorge. All right. I like that. All right, we've got our distraction. Now,
Mhm.
who's the next pick
Alrighty. I actually already thought of someone for my wild card.
for your
So when it comes to having a wild card is basically all sorts of options. And you know who's one of those characters that has more than one option? Ben 10.
Ah, you know what? I like that. Wild card having multiple options. Yep. And it could backfire because Ben's watch doesn't always work.
Yeah, even though it did work in the past, and the show writers just did it just to make it more entertaining.
Yep. All right, so for me, the way I'm thinking of a wild card, you gotta have someone with a large variety of skills.
Hmm.
At the same time, this person might ditch you for just about anything. It doesn't matter if it's, you know, they got a better score or they know that you're going to fail. Or maybe they walk by a window and see a chimichanga stand just across the street. So my wild card's going to be Deadpool.
That works. That works.
Yep. All right. Now, I think from here, I think I'm going to go to the sniper. I need someone who I can trust. If things go wrong and one of us gets captured, that they are going to go and execute.
Hmm.
And thinking about those kinds of characters, I'm going to go with a DC character called Deadshot.
I knew you were going to pick this guy.
To be fair, originally I was thinking Punisher, and I'm like, nope, don't think I can go with Punisher.
Yeah. Well, my thoughts were thinking about somebody else that is a pretty good shot as well. And I was gonna go with a fictional character uh, from a movie franchise, but you're probably gonna laugh at me for this one, um, or this is just gonna be tragic. I'm going for Aaron Burr.
Oh, going with the Bursar?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
he actually made the shot. That's the only reason why I picked him.
No, it's a great pick. That's a great pick. Oh man, I didn't think of that. All right, Jake, what's the next one?
Okay. So we need somebody who's a pretty good driver.
All right.
And who's the one guy that's able to drive any vehicle, no matter the size, no matter the terrain, no matter the distance or obstacle that's in the way?
Me.
No.
Ah.
We need someone that's able to do the impossible. So because of that, I'm going for Ethan Hunt.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
Especially if it's the Tom Cruise version. He does his own stunts.
I get that. All right, so my driver. They're not necessarily going to be an obvious choice. But for the most part, this driver was able to evade a big time supervillain in a minivan. I feel like if they can do that, they can do anything. And I'm going to apologize because I want to say someone from the Fast and Furious franchise, but I'm not gonna pick that because that is an obvious choice. I'm gonna pick Yo-Yo Tamago from Big Hero 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, like I said, I could have picked anyone to be our driver from Fast and Furious because all of them do really well. The problem is you gotta pick the best one, and you can't really pick the best ones because who's really the best driver?
Mm.
But again, Yo-Yo was able to evade a bad guy in a minivan.
And she did that without any powers too.
She did. Granted, she crashed into a river, but that's beside the point. You gotta ditch the car somehow.
Yeah.
All right. Now, for my muscle, yes, I could go with someone with actual super strength. I could go with someone who is known to be strong. But you want to know who I'm going to go with for my muscle? This is where I'm dipping into Fast and Furious. I'm going to go with Dom Toretto. He is strong, especially with, or especially if you can convince everyone to get along as a family.
Hmm.
He's much stronger in a family. Above all else, Vin Diesel has a clause in his contract where he cannot legally lose in a fight in a movie.
Hmm.
All right.
Okay. So, of course, we got characters that are really known for their strength.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I'm actually gonna go with we're gonna go with Wolverine.
Okay. I like that. I like that.
Hmm. And then shoot, who was I just thinking about? I was thinking about somebody for tech. We
Tech.
need you need a tech guy.
Yes, we do need a tech guy.
And if there's one tech guy that I know that can hack into any system pretty well, it's Cyborg. Booyah.
Okay. All right, I get that. I get that. All right, so tech. So my idea with tech is you gotta have someone who's able to get into places,
Hmm.
but they're not gonna physically be there. They're gonna be more on the sidelines, the man behind the chair, if you will.
Hmm.
And of course, you gotta come up with a man behind the chair who, if he happens to do it in public, can easily explain what he's doing. So my tech guy, my man behind the chair, is Ned Leeds from the Spider-Man movies.
Ooh.
Jake, do you remember what he said he was doing when he got caught?
Which movie?
Homecoming.
Um, Shoot, it's been so long since I watched Homecoming. I don't remember.
Well, I'm not gonna say it, but for those of you who know, you know. All right, so the last one we have to pick is a thief. You gotta pick someone who's actually gonna be able to go in, sneak through, and steal things. Or, to be more specific, we need someone to break into some place and steal some shit. I'm gonna go with Ant-Man,
Mm.
Scott Lang. And I'm gonna be honest, I feel like my crew, they're gonna hate each other at first. But I feel like there's some solid choices. But Jake, who is your thief?
Okay, so I didn't exactly know what I was gonna pick for my thief at first, and honestly, I had a way different mentality for this draft than what it turned out to be because I wanted to use a certain spy character, but I'm gonna go for a way more obscure pick, because now I've not watched the anime, but I've seen clips of it, and I've listened to the music too. It's really good. Not only is it an anime character, but it's one of the oldest anime characters coming from the 70s. I'm
Okay.
picking Lupin the Third.
No! I was I was
You
thinking
know,
about Lupin the Third, and I'm sitting here like, no, because he's in my eyes, he's obscure. Ah,
no, I'm picking Lupin the Third because, like, I don't know if you've seen scenes from like the CGI movie, but have you seen that freaking scene where he
yes.
dodges
With
all the
yeah, where
laser
he threw the
wires?
hat and then he shot.
Yeah,
Yes, I've seen that.
yeah.
All right.
I still need to watch that whole show, the old version. And soundtrack is pretty dope too.
All right, Jake. You ready to hear what the consequence is?
Um, sure.
All right. Gulp. I'm so sorry, but your draft appeared to look so good that I ate it. I guess you have no choice but to redraft your entire scenario.
No.
And you know the worst part about it? I forgot that was our consequence. So I genuinely grabbed a bunch of really good choices too.
Okay, so
All right. So who picked the who said thieves last? You
I
picked the last thief. So now you get to pick first. And we
man,
cannot pick the same characters we just picked.
I know.
Here, you know what? I'm actually going to let me see if I can there. That way they are listed down below.
Okay, but we can't pick each other's characters, though.
Nope, we can't. Can't pick each other's
Okay.
characters. We can't pick the characters that are down below.
Well, I do have a second option for the wild card, though.
All right. What was your second option for your wild card?
Similar to Ben 10 in more ways than one. I'm picking Beast Boy.
Okay. Well, I like that. I like that. All right, so my wild card. You know what? My wild card's going to be Batman. So you have no clue what those Tibetan monks have taught him.
That is true. That's very true.
Plus, you're doing a heist, so you have no clue if he's going to rat you out to the public.
Mm.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to have to pick a new muscle.
Mhm.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm just going to say I should probably pick a muscle who's not really that smart. I'm going to pick Solomon Grundy. Born on a
Uh,
Monday.
okay. Okay. I'm gonna go for Venom for my muscle.
You're going to do Venom for your muscle. Okay. I like that.
All right. Uh, uh hate. I had such good picks.
I
Um,
know. So did I. I'm like, no, why?
um, let's see. Uh, who comes to my mind for any of these? Uh, uh, for tech, this is I'm gonna pick Nia from Ninjago.
Okay.
There are a couple of other tech characters, but she's the one that kind of fiddles around with it the most.
I like that. I'm fine with that. So tech. Ugh, trying to think of who would be a great pick for tech. I mean, there's a bunch of great options I don't want to pick. You know what? For tech, we gotta pick someone who's really good. You know what? I'm gonna go with Morpheus from The Matrix.
Okay.
I don't know if he's actually a good choice for this, but he does the Matrix stuff. I'd say he's good.
Hmm.
All right. Well, I guess we gotta pick a new thief. And for thief, you know what? I'm gonna say for thief, we should probably go. Hmm. And this sucks. I can't think. We had good choices.
What the heck? What the heck, card?
I know. Yeah, whoever wrote that should be fired. Um, okay, well, can't pick my Ant-Man, so I guess I will go. Well, I'm gonna go with Gru from Despicable Me.
Ah.
Not to say he's the best thief, but he's a pretty good thief.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'm gonna need a new thief.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. I don't wanna There's a Marvel character I want to save for a different spot. And I'm trying to pick something that isn't necessarily uh Marvel. Uh um let's see. Who's really great at being an accomplished thief?
Mm-hmm.
Who has a track record that's like almost flawless? You know what? I'm gonna go with Scrooge McDuck.
We're gonna go Scrooge McDuck.
He's old,
He's old,
but
but he still does well.
dude knows how to swim through money,
Yes, I feel like that's a good choice.
and he's clever too.
Mm-hmm.
And the main trait that you should have in a thief is that they shouldn't just know how to steal stuff; they should know how to swipe things out, replace them,
All
and
right.
think 10 steps ahead of everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I did think about someone for my sniper.
Okay. You're who you
While he
picking?
may not particularly use a gun, I'm going with Hawkeye.
Okay.
Because dude has a pretty great track record when it comes to shooting things right where they land. And it doesn't necessarily have to kill somebody. I mean, just take a look at that scene in Avengers.
Yep. Nope. I get that. All right. So for my sniper, I think I'm gonna go with the scariest guy in the world. If you decide to do the dumbest thing and kill his dog, go with John Wick. We'll say that. Hey, guess what? Crew killed your dog. I was no part of it. All right. So I think I'm gonna go with Driver next. You
Mhm.
want what? I think we gotta go with the best damn pilot in the galaxy. I'm gonna go Anakin Skywalker.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Shoot, who was I just thinking about for my driver? So, man, so many different options. Um, Actually, you know what? We're gonna go with a different space pilot, not from Star Wars, from a different Star-related franchise. In fact, they're getting a new game this month, which is a very surprise announcement because they announced it a month ago and they had a game. Their last new game was like a decade before, and it sold very poorly. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going with Fox McCloud
Fox McCloud.
from Star Fox.
All right. All right. Last one, Jake. Who's your distraction?
Man, there's so many good distractions. You picked the best one. You picked the best one from
I
your first draft.
I did.
Okay. Um, Distraction. Who makes a good distraction? Oh man. You know, Beast Boy could have made a great distraction too, but I think he does better as a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see. I was just thinking about somebody earlier. Um, because again, they don't necessarily have to be the strongest. They just have to uh create diversions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Shoot. Man, this is hard. This is the theme of this today's episode. This is hard.
That's what she
Um,
said.
Screw you, man. Screw you. um, Actually, oh no, I just thought of something. I don't know if I want to do this.
Go ahead. Do it. Do
Ah.
it.
A distraction doesn't necessarily have to be flashy in terms of power. Oh no. Um,
What are you picking, Jake?
I'm going for Lola Bunny. How did I go from Goofy to Lola Bunny? This is
You know something really funny?
what?
I was I was debating on taking that route for distraction as well.
I was thinking of someone else, but all I could think about is just like, who's the one fictional character that people are just thirsty for?
Okay. So that's your distraction. I'm gonna go a different route. I'm just gonna pick a little dude, make a big mess. I'm gonna go with a gremlin from Gremlins. And hope to God that we're doing this heist at night and that he has a fountain nearby.
Well, I mean, Batman is more so a night fighter than a day fighter,
I know.
even though you see him fighting during the day.
Exactly.
Um,
So, I think I'm good with the whole night heist. And again,
yeah,
getting gremlins distract. I think we're good.
yeah. You know what this is? This is basically the B team if the A team didn't succeed, in which
Yes.
case, in which case they, yeah, I just heard something.
Ah,
In which case they did.
yep. All right. I feel like I like this. I like this. I feel like depending on your next choice, we might
Mhm.
we might be able to fit two more. I'd say to be safe, we could fit one more in. Just because I
Yeah.
know there's a few bigger ones.
Okay. Let's go with 11.
11. All right. Oh, yeah, we can fit two more. This is a short one. All right, the scenario. You are taking a road trip across the country. You are sitting in the middle seat. So you're the passenger princess. You don't gotta do shit.
Wow. I have time to
Uh,
do
what's that?
I have time to do homework and other things.
That's true. You are choosing who is riding with you. So you're going to draft a driver, a navigator, a DJ, so someone to pick the music, someone to pick games, and someone to bring snacks. Let me just share this again. This goes for Miles. See, again, short. Just five choices. And you know what? You picked 11, so I am going to pick one. Oh. Oh, never mind. We might. All right. So the consequence. The draft will be taking place in the Pokemon world. Team Rocket plans to steal one of your choices. You will need to redraft that position to complete your draft. Stolen
Uh,
choices will be picked via a random generator. So basically, what it means is we will draft, but one of our picks is going to be taken away.
okay. So, are we just picking characters for the Pokemon world
No, we're
or
not. We can pick from wherever.
okay.
Unless you want to pick just from the Pokemon world. That's all for you. All I
Okay.
mean by that is Team Rocket steals someone from you.
Of course. Prepare for trouble and make it double.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
So, I want wait, do you go or do I go?
What was the last one we picked? Hold on.
You pick.
I picked last, so then I would go first.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna start with the navigator. And I feel like when it comes to navigators, you gotta pick someone who knows the road really well.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who, if needed, can be able to switch places with the driver. And above all else, you gotta pick someone who everyone understands.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought for a minute, and I'm like, no, you just need someone that the driver understands. You gotta be really specific on who the driver is. I'm picking Chewbacca.
Hmm.
Best navigator in the galaxy.
Navigators.
Hmm.
Yeah, navigators. Not all navigators have to be great with tech,
That's
even though
true.
we are driving a motorized vehicle.
Hmm.
They just have to be wise. And because of that, I'm picking Gandalf.
Okay. All right. Uh, so now who is your next choice, Jake?
I'm gonna pick the driver mainly because I don't want to make the same mistake as last time in case the the driver gets taken away. Um, so I'm not gonna pick Ethan Hunt. I'm also not gonna pick the drivers that you picked because I don't want the best driver to be taken away just in case, but I don't want a worse driver either. So I just need someone that's just competent at driving.
Okay.
And I think because there was my first option came to my mind, but I'm actually going to save him in case the driver's the one that gets taken away.
Mm,
Uh, I'm gonna go. Hmm. Shoot, this is tricky. Um. We're gonna go. You know what? We're gonna go with Cyborg
you're gonna go
for this
cyborg?
one. Yeah, because he's the only Titan member that I know that can actually drive.
All right.
And because he's also a tech guy, he's able to fix the accidents,
That's true.
fix the repairs.
All right. So for my driver, because my navigator Chewbacca, I gotta pick someone who's a little more serious, a little grizzled.
Mhm.
I gotta pick someone who's used to furry creatures as well, being the navigator. And I gotta pick someone who's used to long road trips. I am going to pick Wolverine because he did make that one cross country trip. And I'm sure in his years, he has met someone like Chewbacca and is able to understand him. All right. Now, the DJ. You could go any certain way with this.
Mhm.
You can pick someone who is specifically known for music, or you could pick someone who's got a great music taste. I'm thinking for my DJ, I had someone for my DJ and they left me. You know what? For the DJ, I'm gonna go with Lego Batman. There's nothing wrong with heavy metal. Oh, no, 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 no. Scratch that. Lego Robin from the Lego Batman movie. Lego Robin's
Ooh.
got a pretty good music mix as well.
Hmm. Man, there's so many fictional characters that their thing is all about. Um, their whole thing is like music.
Hmm.
Um, ooh. And I'm actually taking my time to look this up a little bit because
Okay.
just to like simplify my options because I'm looking I'm looking for a particular thing.
Hmm.
Okay, I got someone.
All right.
I'm picking Yuna from Final Fantasy X, which might be an oddball pick, but oh, it's Yuna with a Yuna.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. So Yuna's from Final Fantasy X. She is one of the main characters. Her whole thing is like singing.
Hmm.
She's specifically a summoner. She does like a summoner ritual thing. But in the sequel of Final Fantasy X, she's actually a pop star,
All right.
secret pop star. But yeah. But I think she would be fun for music trips too.
All right. No, I agree. All right, Jake. What's your next pick?
Well, we need someone for snacks. And you know what? Uh, who better to provide snacks than Drax from the Guardians of the Galaxy?
So the funny thing is, you know how I said that my father and I do these?
Yeah.
This was one of the things that we've done in the past. And in the past, I have picked Drax for snacks for the exact same reason. Ah, man. All right. So I would agree that Drax is a great choice for snacks. However, with Drax, there's a finite amount of snacks. You need someone who's able to provide a variety of snacks, multiple snacks at a time. So I think I'm going to go with Willy Wonka as my snacks guy.
Ah,
I'm sure he's got stuff, like, especially from the new movie that came out recently, the one with Timothy Chalamet. He had a
okay.
portable contraption to make chocolates. So, yeah, I think he's a safe bet. So, I
Okay.
guess all that's left is games. And do you know who I think has the best variety of games you can play? To a point where he's got his own party that makes everyone mad when they play it. Pick Mario.
That's good.
And the best part is, at a certain point in it, he can have Wolverine start playing Mario Kart.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's play.
Yep.
Hmm. So I came up with a few different options for games because, of course, like video games are solid options. Although, if you're one of those kids that are just like, oh, I want to take my GameCube with me on road trips,
Mm-hmm.
that's too much. That's why the Nintendo Switch is a thing because it's both a console and a portable console. You know, it's a console you can take with you on the go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm actually going to go. This is another Final Fantasy character, but it's from a different Final Fantasy VI, because one of the job classes is a gambler. And I'm picking Setzer because Setzer's thing is about gambling.
All right. Man, we're going to lose some money on this road trip.
Also, he would be another candidate for a great driver too. I didn't take this into consideration because he drove two different kinds of airships in the game. The Blackjack,
Mm-hmm.
which crashed because of like enemies, and then the Falcon, which is technically the best airship in the world.
All right. So, I feel like these are solid choices, but we still have to go with a random number generator.
Hmm.
Do 1 through 5. And Jake, do we want to have it where we just do one number and that's the one that we don't do? Or do we want to each have our own separate number?
What do you think?
I'd say for time's sake, let's just stick with one number. Because then we can
Okay.
try to fit one more draft in before we have to stop everything.
Okay. Yeah.
So 1 through 5. So if it's 1, we eliminate the driver. If it's 2, we
Mhm.
eliminate the navigator. 3, we eliminate DJ. 4, we eliminate the gamer. 5, we eliminate the snacks guy. And we're eliminating the gamer.
You know what? I was thinking it was going to be the gamer because
Mm-hmm.
I, hmm,
All right,
I,
Jake. Oh, wait. Hold on. Why were you thinking it was going to be the gamer?
I was just thinking that it was just going to be like just a random guess sort of deal. I was picking, um, hmm, there were some characters that I was thinking about. Um, let's see. You know what? Let's go. Hmm. We're gonna go with we're gonna go with Sonic
You're going to go with Sonic?
because he's got some pretty good games.
All right. Wait, hold on. Probably. Type this really quickly. All right. Now, for me with games, I'm going to go a completely opposite route from earlier. Earlier, I picked a guy who I know has a lot of games that he plays,
Mhm.
or a lot of games for him. They're a lot more electronic video games. Now I'm going to pick someone who's more into the card games. Specifically, a guy who can flick the cards and then you go boom. Going Gambit.
Oh man, that was not what I thought you were gonna pick.
Who'd you think I was going to pick?
Like Yu-Gi-Oh or Kayaba,
No, no.
which I'm surprised I didn't pick those. Damn. You
Well, the
know,
thing is, both of them have, or they play the same game. With Gambit, you could play multiple different games with the deck of cards.
that's true.
Just make sure he
Full
doesn't blow
dis-
them up in your face.
yeah. So, full disclosure, if the driver was gonna be eliminated, I was gonna pick Han Solo because that was my first choice.
That's perfectly fine. Honestly, my backup option, if it wasn't games, would have been Scott Lang for any of them. Because he's a dad and he's a really good dad. And you know that
Mhm.
he's probably already dealt with all these situations.
Yeah.
All right. So, Jake, I'm going to say pick one more.
Yeah.
If it's a big one, we might have to save it for another episode. If
It's
it's a
fine.
small if it's a small one, we can get it done now.
Okay. Five.
5.
Hopefully this one is a middle of the road one.
Nope, we'll do this one next time. Or next time we do these. Because this one is a pretty long one. This one is you are building a school. You already have some students who are applying to it. However, you haven't hired the staff for it. You're going to pick characters you believe would be the best option to teach the kids, which means you pick the principal, math teacher, reading teacher, science teacher, history, art, music, PE, special ed teacher, foreign language teacher, and the janitor.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's
but
that's pretty,
what's that?
that's pretty good.
That is pretty good, but it is also pretty long, and I know I gotta start getting stuff ready for a disc golf league.
Hmm.
Like I said, we will have to save that for another episode. Not the next one, because the next one's Jake's topic. But that is for our topic for today. We had some great choices. Honestly, I'm really disappointed because there was one of them that I wanted us to pick because I
Mhm.
was so proud of myself for remembering them all.
Well, hopefully we could pick it. I could pick it next time,
Oh,
whatever
hopefully.
that one is. Um, but yeah, no, this is fun. I really like this.
Yes, like I said, it's something that I like to do on long car rides with my father. We tend to we tend to shorten the playing field a little bit. We do stuff like, pick a Marvel character to match them, pick a Disney character, stuff like that. I figured
Yeah.
for us, we'd get a wider range because, if I went with video games, I don't know that many video game characters. If we went more like Marvel and DC, Jake probably doesn't have as wide of a range as I do. So,
Hmm.
now, before we leave, got a special surprise for everyone. So, if you remember from a couple weeks ago, my cousin was our guest host. She
Hmm.
helped us with our Sinnoh region ranking.
Hmm.
Now, in the background,
Hmm.
she was also sitting there starting on our new logo.
Hmm.
Well, as of the day before this recording, so Saturday, she ended up finishing the logo
Hmm.
and she sent it to me. And it looks like this.
Ah, nice.
Yep. So she took our original logo and just updated it. We've got a couple
Hmm.
of things in the brain that we still think about. We've got books, we've got movies, aliens, ghosts, questions, music, and we've got that little Pokeball for Pokemon. She made our, she simplified how our name is. And honestly, I like this a lot better than what I made.
I like
I,
this too. But since you're bringing up the logo, I think this is a good time for me to mention that I am currently in the process of revamping the intro and outro music for our podcast,
Mhm.
which I plan to get it done this week. I spent most of this week just revamping a couple of the parts a little bit. I'm actually adding a few more instrumental things than I did in the original one. And honestly, with how I'm doing this, I might even record myself doing it so that way this could be a future podcast episode.
Mhm. And once Jake finishes with that, I'm gonna make or remake the intro and outro animations, and I will record myself making those as well. Again, just like Jake said, for a future episode. Maybe an
Mhm.
episode where, or for a day that Jake and I cannot record in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll make sure to send that stuff to you when I get the chance.
Yep, of course. But I just want to say before we end this video, special thanks to my cousin, Ellie Dean. She just went out there and completely wowed us. I mean, this is
Yeah,
incredible.
this is it's very detailed, very detailed.
Yep. So thank you, Ellie.
Mhm.
But with that being said, we are going to end this episode. We are your hosts, Xavier Dean.
Jacob Green.
We're here to wish you a wonderful night. Stay safe, stay cool out there. I know here in Illinois, we've gotten a lot of warm weather
Humid
and
weather.
humid as well. All right. And again, just enjoy the week. See you next time.
Mhm. See ya.